Hello, my name is David with Winning Solutions. We hope this video will be all the help you need. Are you trying to create an Access database, but find that it is too much work, or you could be doing something more productive with your time? WSI can do all the hard work for you. Just contact us via the information below this video. We will work with you to determine how much time and money will be needed to build your new database. If you'd prefer to have your database built with .NET, Microsoft SQL Server, so you can run it on your Windows desktop or anywhere in a web browser, we could do that too. Hello, today we're going to talk about importing data. Now, when you have a new Access database or even a new Excel spreadsheet, it's very rare, I find, that you're going to input all of your data from scratch. You're going to have a database with existing data. You're going to import it from somewhere else. You know, you have spreadsheets, Excel spreadsheets that you're going to bring in. And Excel spreadsheets are fairly straightforward to import into Excel. There's a wizard import to Access, rather. There's a wizard that lets you do that fairly easily. But we're going to take on a new challenge here. What we're going to do is we're going to import data from the internet. Because there could be plenty of places. There's data tables and data sources on the. I mean, it could be the internet. It could be a PDF file. So we have data that's in some external source, and we want to bring it into a new database. The first thing we want to do, and again, we're going to put this into Excel as an intermediate step, and then import the Excel into. So we're still importing Excel. It's just that we're not starting in Excel. So let's go ahead and so for this example, because I want to do this with two tables, so we can have a relation between two tables. We have videos on relational databases and referential integrity. This video is going to be centered around just the import process of how we get that data in the first place. So there are some tricks that we can use. I mean, obviously, I can't open up Access and put in this website and say, go get the data. Access is sophisticated, but it's not that sophisticated. So what we're going to do is I have two windows open in my browser here. One is a list of all NHL teams, and this is from Wikipedia, just because I have a nice table format here. And another that's going to give me a list of teams. Now I want players within a team, and so we're going to use the Seattle Kraken, my local team, for this example. And so that's what we're going to do first. We're going to go through the process of importing. Now, all I really need, I don't need all these columns, all I really need for the purpose of the example is the team column. But I'm going to have to put all of these in, get all these into, maybe not into all of them into Excel, but I'm going to have to work with all of them anyway. So let's go ahead and highlight all of them. Now we're going to right click here. Just got to be careful where you click because you could unselect everything. And I'm going to copy. Now, it's not always clear cut what your next step is. I mean, obviously we want to get into an Excel. But the question is, can we paste this directly into Excel? Now, maybe not. I picked a source that was relatively clean and that there's not a lot of graphics in here. That may not be the case for the players. But let's happen to there we go. Here's my Excel spreadsheet. So I already copied, and I have not done this in advance deliberately because I want to take you through the thought processes. So in this case, I can paste match destination formatting, and it comes out pretty nicely. I think sometimes it'll come in and it won't be separated. Like you'll get everything in one column. It'll just be one long string, and that didn't happen here. So that's So this was a little easier than I expected, but we'll go with it. Sometimes, you know, if it was a case where you had where these weren't separated into columns, then there'd be a little more work. But we'll accept our good fortune, and you know, I think since we have everything already separated, we're going to make this easy on ourselves, and we're just going to delete everything that's not the team column. And oh, I want to also make sure if we're going to use team as the name, as the name of the column, we need to put that in the first row. So this needs to be edited just a little bit. We want to remove the spaces. And I think that's it, 1 through 32. We got that. Okay. All right, so that's great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do File. I'm going to save this as a team database. And I'm going to name this Teams Excel SX. That'll be good. Okay, and so let's close this and start a new Excel spreadsheet. I mean, we could actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's open this back up. Let's put the players in the same Excel spreadsheet. There's no reason not to. I should name this team because we're going to be asked when we import it which sheet. So we got to keep those straight. So I'm going to make another worksheet here and say players. I'm just wondering if we should do more than one team. Now we'll see. We'll play that by ear. Okay, let's go to let's see how this. Now this is not going to be as straightforward, I can tell you, because we got the photos here. Now I'm not well. Okay, we also have positions, and I want to have the position, but I want to make that a column. But we can do that. So we're gonna. Looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit more with this data and with the last team. So I'm not going to bother with the. We know it's the Seattle Kraken, so that's not going. We can't really put that in the database other than the column, right? So let's do the same thing here. Let's right-click and copy. Now we'll go into the Excel spreadsheet, and I don't think this is going to go quite as smoothly as the other one. We got a little lucky with that. Oh, well, there you go. Again, we don't need. Oh, you see. All right. So there's a little bit of a problem. It combined the name and age into one column. And again, you're going to get things like that. Maybe we will do a second team just to see, from a different data source, just to kind of show the difference. But yeah, so, okay, it's not a huge deal. Fortunately, there aren't that many players. We can go manually delete those. So why don't we do this? Let's clear this column out. We're going to use the first column. So we want to put two new columns here. We want to put team and, oh, I shouldn't have erased the position. Yeah, let's insert here. No, I want to put the position as a column, that's why. So we're going to put team, because remember, you know, a database like this might include players from all teams in the league. That's the point of, otherwise there'd be no point. We wouldn't bother importing a list of the teams otherwise, right? I mean, if you're just going to have the roster for one team. But let's put those columns in here. And these are centers. So I'm just going to put C's all the way down. These are left wings. Those. Three of these are right wings. And the rest are defensemen. That's right. Okay. Oh, no. Well, there's goalies, too. Don't forget the goalies. Give some love to the goalies. Goalie. I used to be a goalie. Don't give goalies some love here. All right. They're sometimes like kickers in the NFL. That's very unfair. Okay. Anyway, so we got the team. Oh, and team. Now, by the way, we're not going to keep the team name. If you go ahead and watch the referential integrity video, we're going to use team ID, but we don't know what that's going to be yet. So, actually, I'm thinking whether or not we want. You know what? Yeah, let's just make team IDs here. I was wondering if we might have this auto number, but no. Let's do it. And so easiest way to do that, we'll just start at 1, 2, and then we'll just copy these down. Easy enough. Okay, so the team ID is 30. We're probably a little bit beyond what you would do manually. I mean, you like the process of saying, okay, look up 30, and then we're going to put 30 in here. We're probably at the edge of what you would do, what you would normally do. I'm just trying to show you the process of importing data. But being a database professional, I can't help myself. So I'm going to start the referential integrity thing here, or the relationships thing here. All right, so we could just fill this all the way down. Now we're going to remove the rows that we're not going to use. Okay, the columns that we're not going to use. Okay, you can make that smaller. We can, name. We might want to separate these into first and last name too. I'm just thinking that. Anyway, let's. These are blank rows, so we're going to delete the. Oops. We can delete these blank rows. Oh, also the rows that just say name. So we'll just get those out of here. Looks good. Oh, and this blank row here. Okay, we're not going to go through the entire thing. I'm going to remove these numbers. You don't have to watch me remove every single one of them. So we'll be back after this word from our sponsor. No, not really. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I just manually removed all the numbers at the end. It kind of occurred to me we could have removed the numbers by just trimming off the last 2 characters, but that also wouldn't work because some of the numbers were single digits. And besides, there's only 29 names. It's not that big a deal. You know, you'll find sometimes there is a manual process to this that you just can't get around. Okay, this looks ready to go. Oh, except for one more thing. I said we were going to split the names. Now, there's a way to automatically do this, and fortunately, this is set up very nicely that we don't have middle initials and names with 2 words in them, because that can mess up this process a little bit. In other words, all these names are exactly 2 words, which is good, which is convenient for us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the data. There's a little trick here. I'm going to go to, no, not really a trick, whatever. I'm going to go to the data tab, text to columns, and then convert text to columns. So it's a way of automatically separating things. It's not a fixed width because the first names are not all the same length, right? So we're gonna say anywhere you see a space, we're gonna use that, and see it automatically puts this divider in here, and we don't have to worry about that too much because, like I said, they're all exactly 2 words, which is really convenient. And then we're just gonna click finish, and there we go. There's a guy named Alexander True, and it took true as like true versus false. That's funny. You know what? Sometimes this can be a little frustrating. Let's make this a text column. See if that fixes it. Okay, there we go. Because it's a general column in Excel, so it could be anything. It could be a true-false data type, so it interpreted his last name as, like, true versus true false, not the actual name. That's kind of cool. All right. Anyway, I'm just going to call this first name and last name. So I want to do generally as much of the editing in Excel as I can, because that's really, the editing is going to be more flexible in Excel. I just want to make sure, though, that all of these things are in the best possible position to import. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to save the file, and now let's start a new Access database.